And I'm curious for you, obviously, there have been a number, as you mentioned, obviously sort of steps forward, but is there anything that sticks out as sort of the biggest thing that needs to be, I don't want to say the word fixed, but maybe addressed with regard to clinical trials? I know there's been conversations about challenges with patient recruitment and how sort of this virtual world that we've entered over the past year and a half, how that might affect it. There's conversations about population diversity within studies.
Mm.
For you, what's kind of the biggest thing that needs to be addressed in terms of the way we conduct trials currently and going
Yeah,
forward?
that's a really great question. I would love it if we could make the future trials more and more customer oriented, more customer friendly, more on the terms of the volunteer and less on the terms of the trial itself and the bricks and mortar site. So as you're no doubt aware, there's a movement toward doing more and more assessments remotely. So people don't need to come into a bricks and mortar site. Not even just assessments, as many of the interactions as possible, whether it's how's the memory and thinking doing, how's daily functioning doing, even safety. So an interesting new example has just been publicly announced. Eli Lilly has announced a new prevention trial of its monoclonal antibody called donanemab, which has had a successful phase 2 program, is in phase 3 in symptomatic persons with mild AD symptom, Alzheimer's disease symptoms. So in partnership with us at the Banner Alzheimer's Institute, they're proposing a very large prevention trial conducted as remotely as possible. And so we're hoping that will promote enrollment. We are hoping that it will promote retention. We are hoping that it will promote engagement of typically more underrepresented groups who won't have as much challenge, having to travel, having to take time away from work or family. So yes, these have been definite themes of concern, and yes, there are efforts to try to mitigate those kinds of themes.